Welcome, everybody, to another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix. A little different this week. I'll go ahead and give you some behind-the-scenes info. Normally, I do the show on a Saturday. Excuse me, but I have a business trip out of town this weekend, so I decided to. I've been taking a couple weeks off, and I didn't want to, and I didn't want to do it again. So I talked to the owner of the station here, see if we can move it up a day, and we were able to. So here we are. On the Mic with Michael Flix. Couple things to talk about. Again, I'm going to keep updating you guys on the runs because people still hit my phone asking me where the run is and what's going on. So Mondays in La Mesa at 1 o'clock, Fridays in Vista at 8:30 a.m. And then also Aaron Felix, who I had on the show last week, he talked about starting doing Thursdays, and he has started doing Thursdays, and it looks really good. A lot of guys coming out, a lot of good stuff going on. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I have Coach Jeff, the head coach of the Lincoln High School men's basketball team. And we're going to bring him in, and we're going to talk to him. We're going to talk a little bit about his story and, kind of how he got started here in coaching in San Diego, him being one of the mainstays and a big pillar here in the San Diego basketball community. But, in light of everything that's been going on, within society these days with black culture and with black people, I've had a few people reach out to me just saying just needing some words of encouragement, and I guess just a little bit of direction. I don't want to make it sound like that. Like I'm not Coach Jeff. I'm only 31. I haven't been around very long. I'm not Coach Jeff, but I have had a few guys reach out to me just, asking for some, not really guidance, but just a little bit of direction. They see me doing things and they want to do things too. And again, I know Coach Jeff has been a big pillar in the community, not just basketball, in the community, in the inner city. He has his Increase the Peace game that he does every summer, if I'm not mistaken. And he just has a lot of wealth of information and a lot of direction that he can give to a lot of the youth here in San Diego. So when in a few minutes, we're going to bring Coach Jeff in, and we're going to talk to him in a minute. But also, I wanted to offer just some of my opinions on it. And again, I'll do that with Jeff in here, but I wanted to offer some of my opinions on it. I've had players reach out to me and tell me, it's football players actually, I don't want to play football, and and a few hoopers just telling me they don't know what to do and what should they do. Few people want to be violent, other people don't want to be violent, but they want to do something and they just don't know what to do. My piece is, if you're blessed to have a upstanding man in your life that you respect and that you trust his judgment and his guidance, go ahead and speak to him and try to figure out what your next move should be. For me personally, with new kids in the house, with a new baby in the house, I haven't been able to really go out and be outside as much as I would like to. So for me, I've just been diving into black businesses, my friends that have businesses, the businesses that I can find from around town. So I'm trying to connect with them, different restaurants, different brands that I could wear. Y'all hear me shouting out brands, different artists on the show. So that's what I've been doing. It doesn't necessarily directly speak to the issue per se, but it does. The way I look at it is we've been the conversation outside of police brutality and everything. We've been talking about building wealth within our community, and if you're not spending money within your community, you're not building wealth within your community. So that's just what I've been doing in my small little ways and what I've been doing here and there. But like I said, we'll get to that when Jeff is in here. When Jeff gets in here, NBA playoffs, man. NBA playoffs have been crazy. We got a Game 7 tonight, actually. San Diego native Norman Powell, who plays for the Toronto Raptors. That's tonight, right? Yeah, Game 7 is tonight. The Lakers beat the Rockets last night, which is huge. They're going to close out that series tomorrow. A lot of exciting stuff going on in basketball. And with that, I was about to say you guys all know, but if you follow me, I kind of just like to stir the pot on Twitter. I say random things about, music or sports or whatever. And so one of the conversations that I started a few weeks ago that I've been meaning to talk about on here was about the best players, the clutch players, and who I consider to be top tier, who other people might not assume to be top tier. The way I look at it, just nobody asked me, but it's my show, so I'm gonna give you my opinion. The way I look at it is, we all know who the top guys are, but you separate yourself even more when the stakes are high, obviously. So guys like Dame Lillard, who when the stakes are high, he comes through. Guys like Jason Tatum, who is proving himself over time in the playoffs, and when the stakes are high, guys come through. Perfect example, like when I talked about when I had my man Yassine Graham on here, who just graduated from Foothills, who's going to Yale. I talked about with a league championship on the line, they were playing against Sarah, and he elevated his play, had like 30-something points, all these assists, was showing his leadership. The stakes were high. He raised his play. Boogie Ellis, I seen him in the championship his junior year, actually against Yassine Graham, against Foothills. Championship game, he raised his play. That's how I look at it. So everybody can be kind of equal and kind of the same, because everybody, the top tier guys, everybody's going to be talented. Everybody's going to play well. Everybody's going to make shots. But then when the stakes are high, what do? Does your leadership stick out? Does your game really stick out? Does everybody know, like, we could look at him, and if we're looking at him, everything's for the most part going to be okay? That's how I rank top tier players and who I consider to be the best. Like Rondo. Right now, my older brother can't stand Rondo. Never could. We Laker fans, Rondo was a Celtic. I think that plays a little bit, but he won't admit that part. Rondo could never shoot. Y'all remember when the Lakers and the Celtics were in the finals? Kobe stood on a free throw line while Rondo was at a three-point line. He's like, I know this dude can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? And for stuff like that, my brother has never really liked Rondo. But outside of that, when the stakes are high, Rondo always elevates his play. Like a couple years ago when he's playing for the Pelicans, he turned into playoff Rondo. Got put on the Lakers. They've been talking about, we're going to wait and see if he turns into playoff Rondo. For me, there's no wait and see. He's never not done it. Like, we know he's going to become playoff Rondo. And for me, I look at it as I want that guy on my team until he shows me that he can't do it anymore. That's just the way I look at it. And so I was trying to think of another way to say it, but there's not really another way to say it. If you elevate your play when the stakes are high, you get more credit for that, and you get looked at a little bit differently than other players do. That's just how it is. Also, this is a separate point. Coming up pretty soon, I've been talking to a few different people around San Diego and how we have the run going on Friday mornings. When I mentioned the runs, I should have said this then. We're going to be I'm trying to put together an indoor run. Like, just like we have Friday mornings, and we know Friday morning in Vista at 8:30 and it's outside, which is cool. I'd have no problem playing outside. My knee don't swell up. I had knee surgery. My knee don't swell up when I play outside no more. But I am working on getting an indoor gym. I don't know where it's going to be. I'm still just knocking on doors right now. It's still just trying to do it. But that is something that I am working on. So please be on the lookout for that. And I'm pretty sure once I do that, everybody's going to be in there for the most part. Everybody's going to be in there. Wade, I think that's a good place to take a break right there, man. So we're going to take a quick break. Y'all see me sweating. I'm going to go grab some water real quick. I'm going to grab Coach Jeff, and we go get in here and get some words and wisdom from one of the pillars in the San Diego basketball community. On the Michael Flix will be right back. Welcome back to another episode of Welcome back from the break on the Michael Flix. I'm here with Coach Jeff Harper, the head coach of the Lincoln High School basketball team. What's up, Coach? How you doing, man?
What's up, Yester? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm very happy to have you here. We connected a few weeks ago, more when this stuff, I think right after the, it's been so many of them. Coach, can you get a little closer? There you go. Right after the last big, it's been so many, and I ain't trying to start crying in here, but it's been so many deaths. You know, after the last one, I like I said before you came in here, I had a few people connect with me, and you being so big in the community here, I was telling people, like, yo, go holler at Coach Jeff. And a lot of people, they don't know you, so they were kind of a little timid. I'm like, nah, Coach, he's super cool. Like, you ain't got to, if you need some words of wisdom, hit up Coach Jeff. He got you. But anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. What you been up to, man?
Man, just living life, man. Just taking one day at a time, and, you know what I'm saying, just trying to survive. Just trying to, make the right decisions and the right positive things for young people and people in general, with coaching at Lincoln and working at Lincoln and working in the community and, being the GM of the San Diego Guardians and the VP of basketball operation. I'm just trying to just keep moving and not stand still or sit still. I know we're in a tough situation right now with the pandemic, but, just trying to make moves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so have you, like I said, I know for me, and I'm not you, I haven't been around, I don't have the respect in the community quite yet like you do.
Yes,
so,
you do. Don't ever believe that, man.
I heard that.
Don't ever sell yourself short. You do. You have that respect, man, and y'all keep doing what y'all do. And, you don't need 5,000 people to respect you. You need the ones that respect you that need you. So, don't think you got to respect it because you are highly respected.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that, man.
For sure.
I appreciate that. So, what have you had many guys reaching out to you, like as far as like just for guidance and like words of wisdom or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that when it first happened, but you know, my comments are, we've been here before. Like this ain't new.
Right.
We was here. We can go back to Emmett Till. We've been here before. We've been here with Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Sandra Bland, Eric Brown. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Rob, Grant. So. And every time we get here, people get mad for 2 weeks and it's back to business. I think George Floyd, people saw it. America got mad. If you wasn't mad about Tamir Rice, who would have been a senior this year. So like all my seniors that graduated this year was the same age when Tamir Rice got killed. If you wasn't mad about a 12-year-old 4 years ago, but you're mad now, like, come on now. Like, you should be mad. It's not so much about black and white to me as it's right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? Right is right, wrong is wrong. If I come here and steal something, that's wrong. Right? No matter what color I am, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
Let's not debate it.
Right.
Dudes that killed my brothers, that was wrong. You know what I mean? It's not a debate, not black, white, whatever. So, what I did was I got a group of coaches together to discuss it because it was coming from me like all different angles. I got nephews, that play the game of basketball and sports. And my nephew in Ohio, had called me. My brother-in-law was like, hey, I'm about to take him to his workout. And he's been working out with a trainer for since he was sixth grade. Same dude. You know what I'm saying? Caucasian white guy.
Okay.
Good dude. You know what I'm saying? And he walked in the gym the day, 2 days right after George Floyd got murdered. And he said, hey, Coach, what'd you think about what's going on? And the trainer told him, the trainer told him, hey, man, get your shoes, lace your shoes up. Let's go. We in the gym. We don't talk about anything outside here. Let's go.
Wow.
And it turned him off. And he untied his shoes, packed his bag, and told him, hell with you, and told his dad, I'm out. Let's go. And they ain't been back. And so it started making me think, what are white coaches saying to black athletes? Like, what are coaches, period, saying to their teams to keep their teams together? All right? And then I get a call from one of my players at Lincoln, and he's like, hey, Coach Jeff, I'm working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting stronger. I'm doing push-ups. And I'm, as a coach, you like to hear that. You're like, okay.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Yeah. Like, all right, here we go. You're an underclassman. You're like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, Coach Jeff, I'm hitting him. I'm hitting these weights. And I'm like, yeah. And what he said next shocked me to the point I was like, we have a problem. Because he was like, oh, I'm just getting ready when we got to go play North County and the white kids. I'm going to get my get back for George Floyd. I'm going to get my get back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. He said, all right, Coach, I'm out. And he hung up. That call made me think, how many other of my kids are thinking like that?
Right.
How many other kids in this community are thinking like that? How many kids north of 805 is like, you got to play against a Lincoln or a Morris or San Diego High. And if these kids don't start having a communication and talking about this subject, if coaches don't start talking about this subject, we're going to have a problem. I don't want a Lincoln basketball game to turn into a brawl. Right? To a get back. Because that's what that young man said. He ain't getting better for basketball. He getting stronger for revenge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because why? He's been sitting home all day. He's been watching the news all day. He's listening to his parents, right? People telling, you know what I'm saying, if you're in a black household, you're getting a black perspective. If you're in a white household, you're probably getting a white perspective. I'm not saying that the white perspective is wrong. They probably trying to say whatever. But so those kids are coming to school on the same teams with different mindset. How are y'all talking to each other? Are you teammates? Black players playing with white players. You got to talk. Right? You just can't get on the field or the court and go out and play. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's bigger than that. Right? So what are white coaches saying to black athletes? And then I start getting on Zoom calls with college coaches. Throughout the country, you know what I'm saying, and listening, wow, you know what I'm saying, college basketball is 85% blacks, and there's only, 10 head black coaches in the league, in the NCAA? You know what I'm saying? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? So we just started talking, and then every Wednesday we started having Zoom calls with high school coaches.
Nice.
Parents, players. Let the students talk. Let us listen to what they say. There's some students that came on, young lady named Delina from San Diego High. My gosh, she gonna be great because she don't hold her tongue. She know what she's trying to do in life. And she has some very good perspective of being a minority at a school and be judged because you're black or judged because you're Hispanic or you think, you know what I'm saying, something happened. So it just started a communication. Like, I think you have to talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have different opinions. I think some white coaches don't know what black coaches go through in high school, especially in San Diego County. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've been pulled over by the police, right? I've been handcuffed, sitting on the sidewalk. Just, you know what I'm saying? My grandmother's door's been kicked in, you know what I'm saying, with guns drawn. So I've had a different experience than another person you just saw it on TV. So when people say, oh, yeah, Coach Jeff is upset or he a mad coach, you know what I'm saying? I've had kids pulled over. I was pulled over we just pulled over in 2017. We going to La Jolla to play a game. We ain't got the money in the budget for a bus. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Uh-huh.
We going up, so we driving, you know. You know how you miss a turn, so you slow up, right?
Right, okay.
You know, I'm like, I'm telling my player, man, come on, man, Google it. Where we at? You know what I'm saying? Police gets behind us, follow us for another block, pull me over, right? Tag's good. Asked first question was, what are you doing out here? I'm like, excuse me? He said, what are you doing out here in this area? And the other his partner's looking in the car. Right? You already ran my plates. You know that I'm clean.
Right.
You ain't asked for my license yet, right? So in the same way, it's a teaching method to my kids, because they like, Coach Jeff, what you do? Like, why we getting pulled over? So I said, no, sir. You know, I was polite. No, sir. You know, hey, we going to La Jolla for a basketball game, and I just missed a turn, and you know, I'm slow. He's like, well, he was cruising, and you know, it was some people get the perception that you looking at houses that break into. That's what the officer said.
With a car full of kids.
A car full of kids, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, you know, and the crazy is, go to the game. Now my kids' minds are not about the game, and what happens? Second play of the game, one of our kids clothesline La Jolla kid. And walks up the car and is doing like this. That's for the cop, Coach Jeff. So that's a perception that we live with on a daily basis. Some coaches coach to win. Some coaches coach. I never consider myself a basketball coach. I consider myself a life coach.
Nice.
It's a life lesson. If you win, great. You know what I'm saying? 2017, we got to the finals and lost by 4. But all those seniors graduated and went on to college, and they're doing great things in life. Nice. That's successful. So, you know, what's going on, you know what I'm saying? I just tell people, like, we just can't go back to business, though. Like, we just can't be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? There's some coaches, like, let's get back on the field. Like, I didn't see so many tweets, kids, and, you know what I'm saying? One Twitter was, would you boycott your season or a game to stand up for what happened? I said, yeah. Hands down. Some coaches like, nah, you know, the kids need this to go to college. Technically, kids can go to college based on academics. I get it. I was one of those inner city African-American kids that needed athletics to get up out of the inner city, right? Wasn't very smart enough to get in school, though. But it's amazing when people sit back and say, oh, they need this. Now, you need God, Jesus, water, and air. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We going to stay black and pay taxes. That's what we need. Sports will be there. You know what I'm saying? It's a tool to get there. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't let these young people start standing up, because it's going to be their generations that takes what's going on and move with it. You know what I'm saying? I hope to God I'll still be alive by then, but it's going to be them. These young people, yourself, these are people that's going to take that movement. And I get it. Sports, NFL, NBA. I was on another Zoom call, and I made the comment, I don't think putting Black Lives Matter on gym floors, on back of jerseys, that's great. You know, that's okay. But what else are we doing? Why there's only one black owner in the NBA, and the NBA is 90% African Americans? Do you like what you've seen out of like LeBron and the stars in the NBA with their activism and their words, or do you think more could be those
done?
Words? I mean, don't get me wrong. These words, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's crazy because I talked to Norman in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? I talked to Norm, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, everybody wasn't really happy about returning to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if you go back to the boycotts of the 60s, if you go back to the bus boycott, they boycotted for like 300 days.
Yeah.
Right? Took money from the bus company. So something had to be done. Something had to be changed. Boycotting one game, TNT, they'll get that back with commercials. TBS, you'll get that back with commercials. The owners, you'll get that back. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I was a little disappointed that it was only one game. You know what I'm saying? Because now it took the mindset, the picture of what's really going on, right? Everybody watching the game instead of watching, you know what I'm saying? Because since George Floyd, there's been some other people that got killed and shot and police brutality, right? Right. So it hasn't stopped because they tore up Minneapolis, or you know what I'm saying. Said Breonna Taylor's murder is still free, walking around, getting up, eating breakfast. You know what I'm saying. And you don't talk about it. The news don't run it because it's not newsworthy, right? We want to, we know what news are. News is about entertainment. Good or bad is entertainment. And if I can entertain you for so long, 6 hours, I can get your mindset. I ain't gonna tell you, hey, you know what, they doing something positive over here. I'm gonna show you the negative. So, what they did, I applaud them, you know what I'm saying? But like Norman wanted to put something on the back of his jersey, the word "Am I next?" And they told him no. So he put it on his brand. But why wouldn't you let him put it on it? That's the expression, right?
Right.
You don't want nobody out there, you know what I'm saying? Am I next? That's a heck of a question.
Right.
I mean, that's a question I think a lot of young black African Americans are asking themselves. I'm asking myself, am I next? You know what I'm saying?
And that's the same for me. I was just telling my brother the other day, like I'm only 31, but I have 2 sons. You know what I mean? And that's something I was already thinking about. And then when you hear different guys, for example, like LeBron, who was saying, like, I got 2 sons. And, like, when I think about stuff like that, it's also something, that I think about outside of just me and, like, you and my brother, like, us grown men. I think about, like, your players or my kids or, like, the smaller ones, I shouldn't say smaller, the younger ones, or maybe the ones that are not all the way together up here that don't really know exactly what to do. So if you could offer, just maybe three things that these young confused athletes out here who want to do something but don't know what to do and have all this energy, you know what I'm saying, around this subject, like what would you suggest that they do?
I mean, I think it's based on them as individuals. And I say that because, when George Floyd happened, I know for a fact there was some athletes on front lines protesting.
Oh, yeah, I know.
They were some high school.
Yep.
They, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking some high profile football, basketball. They was front lining it on the news. They was in front of the police face, you know what I'm saying? And you see that and you be like, man, I'm thinking, because one of them was in La Mesa, was one of a former football players of Lincoln, who was a 4.0 student, and you see the picture, you see him face to face, and you see the anger in this young man, 17, 18-year-old black man's face, young man, and you like one way you feel like, yeah, but the other way I was scared. I was scared for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, and after that, I talked to him and said, there's many ways you can do stuff, man. There's, you know what I'm saying? You can get together with your young people and get people to vote. Like, let's start a vote movement because you're 18. How many of you buddies that's not registered? He's like, you're right, Coach Jeff. They're not because nobody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But we got to vote not only on the major stuff, but we got to vote on the local stuff. We got to this local stuff. I mean, which is crazy because there's when I was growing up, it was a show called Schoolhouse Rock, right? Used to watch that every Saturday morning. And Schoolhouse Rock pretty much can tell you about a lot of things. That's how I learned how a bill was created. You know what I'm saying? So one of the young dudes in Ohio and Dayton, in my hometown, he did a little rap music video about voting, and he broke it down like it don't change at the top level. It changes at the lower level, right? Because we don't talk about voting every 2 years. We talking about the main one right now, right? So everybody's major election get either party A or party B. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because he's right. Like if you don't like what's going on in San Diego with the police department chief, he's voted in. Vote him out. Vote the mayor out. I don't know the mayor. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know one way or the other, but vote him out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
If that's how you feel.
If this is how you feel.
Right. That's what you're saying.
So to talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no young person putting themselves in danger. But it's time for let them talk. It's time for us to let them talk and us listen. You know what I'm saying? There's many times we jump in, as adults, we jump in the front of them. We got, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got you. Coach, that's what coaches do. I got you.
Right.
Like right now, we got to sit back and like, okay, we got y'all, but go ahead, push that issue. You know what I'm saying? And I think voting is a crucial one, something that is doable. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get people out to vote for it, you know what I'm saying, to sign up. I told him, man, hey, how many times have you went to a barbecue or hang out? I mean, everybody going to the beach now, even though they ain't supposed to.
Right.
But everybody going to the beach, hey, have a booth out there.
Yeah.
Hit up people on your social media, put it up, vote. Put the link to register to vote.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that on my Instagram.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the simple, small things like to keep, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows social media is a blast. But if you look at my social, you pop up and somebody, oh man, vote. Damn, you know what? I haven't registered, right? Or you with your buddies. You registered? Nah, I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm in the car. I'm going to get you something to eat. You registered? Find the 18. Even the young ones that got 1 foot in the street, you know what I'm saying, that has the right to vote. Man, I get it. You out here doing whatever you're doing, but go vote. It takes 5 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when it's time, learn what you going to vote on. Just don't go vote. You know what I'm saying? It's too, you know what I'm saying? It's great to be registered, but it's also understandable great to know what you're voting for and who you're voting for. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not a politician. You know, I don't talk about things I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a politician. So when they talk about what side you on, I'm on my side.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Let's just be honest. I voted for Obama. Why? Because he was black.
Right.
Did I know the issue he ran for? No.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
hear you.
I ain't gonna lie to people and be like, you know what I'm saying? And it's amazing that America talks about gang violence, but we got blue and red states, right? So we got red, we got Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? But
that's facts. That's facts.
But the gang violence is a problem. But color coordinate, you can use any other color to coordinate, but you use the two colors that are associated with two of the most crucial gangs, you know what I'm saying, in the world. So it's amazing that when people like, you know, who you voting for? You know how it is. It's you know what I'm saying, almost 60 days. So I'm telling people, like, do your homework. Like, take some time, man. Look into it. Vote for what you feel is right. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel that dude in the White House is right, or you know, somebody went up on me yesterday because, you know what I'm saying, they was like, Harris, right? You know, and Biden. I ain't never seen them before. They ain't never been in Southeast before.
Right.
That's like me and you. You think I'm gonna jump in a car with somebody I don't know to go do something? Hey, Coach, let's go. What was you?
Right.
Where you been?
Get me jammed up. Yeah.
So, got to do your homework on that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't get caught up in the propaganda that's on TV, and that's what these young people, especially athletes, because we control so much. I mean, high school, we're the top dogs on campus. You know what I'm saying? People follow us no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You know, you as an athlete, we sit on top of the food chain, no matter what we do. You know what I'm saying? Kids follow us. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be the young people, athletes, to stand up and say, you know what? Let's go vote. Let's speak your mind. Let people know that it's going to affect y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? And pretty soon, whatever, you know, it's still going to be you guys that got to come up behind me. So y'all got to take that initiative. If you don't feel like it's right, if you don't feel like that's what your party is, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it's like me and you having conversations. We're ordinary people. Right. We can agree to disagree. It's a good conversation. When you start bringing people, when you start bringing politics in and people, you know what I'm saying? I just want the ordinary conversation because the ordinary people will tell, you know how we African American, we go to black barbecues. What we do? Get a plate, sit back and talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Laker fan, Lakers, you know what I'm saying? We go back and forth, right? You know your facts.
Right.
But when you start bringing up politics at a black barbecue, hey, man, you got to go.
Right. So, man, we ain't trying to hear all that. I feel you.
Get your to-go plate and go.
You're right.
You know so you got to have ordinary, that's what I say, man. We could just have ordinary conversations with ordinary people. I think the world would be a better place. And I definitely think if you put God back in this whole equation, it will help a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. So let's get into you a little bit of your story. You say you're from Dayton. How long have you been in San Diego? Because I met you as a coach here in San Diego.
Yeah,
and how big you are in Southeast, I would have assumed that you're from Southeast.
Nah, man.
So how long have you been here in San Diego?
I grew up in Dayton until I was like going into 10th grade.
Okay.
And then I got expelled from a school district, Dayton Public School District. Crazy. But so I had two choices. I had three, but I had.
Why'd you get expelled?
Based on something I did as a 11-year-old.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think I've heard you tell that story.
Yeah,
before,
I was. You know what I'm saying? I did time. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard that story. Yeah.
And it's amazing, and that's the crazy thing. It's amazing that some people always think about the negative, no matter what you do in life, right? Even family members, they'll bring up, I remember 1981. I told my kid that your dad was. Oh my God, you know what your dad did in '91? My kids, nobody can. You can't even Google 1981 it'll pop up.
Right.
But and it's crazy because when you do something, one mistake or that the state or people think is wrong, they're gonna ride with it. And I did something that I wasn't proud of. I did time behind it as a juvenile, and then it followed me because I didn't get in trouble again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did little stuff. But I didn't get nothing major like that. I was not going back to jail.
I heard
what
that.
I'm saying? I'm not doing that. I didn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like being told what to do, when to get it, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that. But it was a lesson learned. It was a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I had a year and a half sentence.
Okay.
Term. So
you got out when you was like 13 or just before 13?
12, right? Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So it was like, once you get out, you label.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh my God, that's the crazy kid. You know what I'm saying? Because before I went in, I didn't have no type of paperwork that I had an educational problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I just, you can look at it, I was just lazy. Didn't want to do the work. Didn't want to do the 4th and 5th grade work. You know what I'm saying? Get out. Now I'm special ed.
Oh, man.
Now, by the state, California call it 5150. Ohio called it something else, but that means I'm crazy, right? HDHD, admissionally disturbed. It's a long list. You know, so now here come the counseling part. Hi, Jeff, you okay today? How do you feel? I don't go to a regular school probably for a while. You know what I'm saying? All boys, you send me to a school that of all kids have been bad. That's helping. That's helping. That's helping all of us.
Right.
We all trying to figure out how to do to get out and whatever. You know, we all on probation. So that will follow me. So never got in trouble. Played 9th grade. Man, was good, man. Basketball, I was good in basketball. I was missing school for a whole week because of the flu, right? This is into my 9th grade year. And a racial brawl broke out, right? I'm not at school.
This is still in Dayton?
Yeah, still in Dayton. I'm not at school. Ain't been at school in a week.
They threw your name in it.
Oh, my name came up as the ringleader who was putting this together, right? Go back to school the next day, Monday, Ben just walk on. All I hear is, Chef Harris, I need you in the office now. I'm like, man, I'm not going to the office. I have not been here to do anything go to the office. I'm out. They got me. Long story short, they kept pushing the issue. And it was like, well, now they're paranoid that now that I'm 14, 15, 14, that the crime that I did at 11 now will be enhanced higher because now I'm older. Now, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, I brought a weapon to school. So now it's like, nah. So whole long story short, man, went through all that. Had choices. I had to go stay with my grandmother in California, Cincinnati, or family in Mississippi, right? And I've been to all of them, like every summer for summer.
Right.
Grandma in Cali was sending me some lovely postcards. Sending me beaches and palm trees. I'm man, Mississippi? It takes an hour and a half from the airport to get to our people's land. I'm like, nah. I said, yeah, Pops, go ahead and send me to Cali. Right. I'm going to Cali. I'm going to the beaches, palm trees, women's in bikini. Bro, that changed quickly. Granny picked me up. It's like, damn, we going away from the beach.
So we're going inland.
Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? Then she went from the downtown 94, popped on the 805 south. I'm like, huh. Then she got off. She got off on Imperial. And then she pointed to Jackie Robinson. She said, you'll be down here a lot. This is where you will be when I'm at work. I'm like, oh, okay. She made that left on Imperial. She made that right on 47. I'm like, hold on. Kept going. It's like, put up in Salola Apartments. My older brother out there with his, friend doing what he do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I said, hey, man, I just left this. I said, Grandma, you okie doke me. This ain't no postcard. You know what I'm saying? Taco shops and, tell me that these illegal aliens, I'm looking around like, what you say? What? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, so, live with Grandma. Man, my biological mom was out here because I was adopted. Okay. That's why I got 2 last names.
Okay.
So I was adopted, and so my biological sisters and brothers was out here, and grandma raised me, man. And, I went to Lincoln for 2 days and loving it. And Grandma said, no, you're getting bused. So she sent me, you know what I'm saying? She was like, your brother used to go to Lincoln. He used to leave school every day at lunchtime and never come back. You know what I'm saying? She said, we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing that with you. You know what I'm saying? Being brand new, it was crazy because my brother and a lot of the dudes around there taught me how to survive in Southeast. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been to Southeast since, coached at Morris, you know what I'm saying? Graduated high school, went to college, went overseas and played in Portugal for 2 years.
Nice. Where'd you go to college?
I finished up at Central State Historical Black College.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope.
And probably I should have looked into it more. But being 18, you think you know everything, right? And sometimes you don't. You know what I'm saying? My dad was pushing Howard, But I'm thinking, man, these dudes ain't on TV. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset.
Right.
You know what
No.
I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get to the league. I ain't gonna get to the league going to HBCU. You know what I'm saying? Which was crazy because my dad, dad's father, fathers is fathers. They gonna tell you the real. Like, bro, you really ain't that good.
So I don't know if the league is in your future,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? Like, man, you're fucking, I mean, you may get some money, but are you serious? Like,
Right.
You know, because he was that educated mind
Okay.
father. Like,
Okay.
bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you trying to place yourself to go win some games and you might want to place yourself to go get an education, right? Because you're going to need that more than you think, you know what I'm saying? So, but yes, I love Central State, you know what I'm saying? My brother was across the street at Wilberforce University, which was the first historical black college in America. So it was cool, man. And then in 92, I got that call from my grandmother. My older brother got murdered. My brother was shot 5 times in his head, and they threw his body off the bridge on National Avenue. So it was like my brother
Rest
was
in peace.
Yeah, my brother it was tough, man. It was, you know what I'm saying? He was the one that, don't get me wrong, my brother, is who he is. You know what I mean? You can't take that from me. You know, he from Southeast. He did what he did, you know what I'm saying? He was on that side of the, outside of the tracks. And, But he never let me go that way. I mean, like, even though I grew up over there and lived over there, you know what I'm saying? He always would tell people, "No, my little brother going to college, bro. Like, he can play ball." And then when I was playing, a lot of people started seeing me play, and it was like, "Yeah, he's pretty good." And I go play everywhere. I didn't know you couldn't go over here, and you know what I'm saying?
So you was that dude that the neighborhood protected because he was a hooper.
Well, you know what? I think it was more though that it was everybody. Like, they wanted to see, like, there was big homies to this day. Like, I told somebody a couple weeks ago, there's some big homies that I owe a lot to, right? My brother's homies that I owe a lot to, that could have been like, nah, you know what I'm saying? But no matter where, Skyline, he catch me. Hey, man, what do you, you know what I'm saying? Like, as you get older, I'm 15, I'm like, start getting on, it's like, bro, okay, stay on the court. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Can't have one for them, one for that.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I had, like, my sister Veronica, she was from Skyline. You know what I'm saying? She younger than me, but, you know what I'm saying? She used to be like, that's my brother. Like, even though she was acting like the older sister, you know what I'm saying? But played at Encanto. I had family, you know what I'm saying, living off of Market. So it was like, we got one of those families, like, everybody from somewhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's when I got taught. This is what you can't say, you can't do, you can't wear, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't get it, you know what I'm saying? My first fight was because I had a red Cincinnati Red hat on. I didn't get it, you know what I'm saying? Dayton, we ain't color coordinated like that. We just blocks, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the Wilson block, I'm from that block. But so 92, he got murdered, man, and it took a lot for me to go back to play. So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? And then 93, my younger brother was visiting from Ohio. And on Market, mistaken identity, they blew his chest out. He was 16. So
Goodness gracious.
So basketball no longer became fun. It was no longer fun, man. It seemed like, you know what I'm saying, it was, and that's why I say it's crazy, God works in mysterious ways, because I don't know if the death of my 2 brothers would have made me be who I am right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, become, because after that, I came and started a nonprofit, started San Diego Cougars Basketball Club. I started it out of South Crest Park, Jackie Robinson. We had them all, Lemon Grove, Morse. We practiced all over. MLK, you know what I'm saying? And the goal was there was still guys like Deshaunty Great and Kenny Nutter. There was guys that still could play the game. Like, they had chance. I think, JR, Kendu, these guys had Wild Bill. They had shots. They still could play, but whatever. Didn't play in high school, didn't have grades. Like, man, you can go to JC route, you can do that. Like, they still can play, and it was like, people were telling me, oh, they can never play together. Bloods and Crips can't play together. Dudes from Skyline and Lincoln can't play together, which, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. And years, you know what I'm saying, we did that for, like, but the Cougars been around since 93, and it was never about wins. It was never about, I never thought I'd shoot deal out of this or, get the best kid and go up there. We were playing the same tournaments, and then we started getting attention from North County kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, my lawyer, son, Alex Zalkin, played for me. You know what I'm saying? Ivy Fogel, Rob Benson, they all North County guys. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it was good because they both got to see both sides of each lives. Like, Alex would come down and hang out with Kendu. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come hang out with Keone. Keone from Skyline. Alex Alga live in Delmore. Vice versa. Keone will go up there, you know what I'm saying? So you ask them today, they still tight to this day.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? Tight to this day. You know what I'm saying? Alex is in the legal aspect. His dad's law firm is one of the biggest, best law firms in the country. But he's still Alex. Alex still called Keone. What's up? How you doing? You good? You know what I'm saying? Avi, they still tight. You know what I'm saying? My niece LaShayla, they all that's what it was. It was never about who had the best kids or you know what I'm saying, who had the shoe deal or you know what I'm saying. Now in today's time with club basketball, it's just who got the best kids and let's go play, let's go get sponsorship, you know, and all that. But so I, you know, did that with the Cougars and just kept, you know, giving back, man. And the coaching staff of Coach Louis, Coach Dedrick, Coach Faulkner is the same coaching staff I have now. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
We coached together at Morris. We coached together at Lincoln. I just think it's the thing of touching just, you know what I'm saying, like touching kids, man. Like, I got it from my dad, you know what I'm saying? And it's tough because, you know what I'm saying, my dad died on Wednesday.
Sorry to hear that, man.
And
Rest in peace.
Dude was my hero. You know what I mean? He was the one that taught me how to give back. You know, he was the one that never gave up on me. And I think that comes from what I do. I don't want to never give up on the kid, no matter, you know what I'm saying? People always, you know, when somebody says, oh, that kid come out of juvenile hall, I came out. And I ain't said I turned out to be the best, but I think I'm all right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
so I'm sorry to cut you off. So did you start, were you coaching in high school already before you started the Cougars, or the Cougars came first?
Cougars came first.
Okay.
Cougars came first, man. And then I jumped on like Claremont, you know what I'm saying, as assistant. And then, you know, Morris' job was Coach Caviola was the first person that gave me a shot as assistant.
And what year was that?
Like 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, 2003, 2004, 2005, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was the first one that gave me that shot, right? Like, come on. I wanted to be the JV coach. He was like, nah, I already got a JV coach, but I want you to be assistant. Because I had most of the Morris kids playing in the summer. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Wesley, Wesley Brown, who's now a heck of a realtor. I had a lot of those Morris guys, you know what I'm saying? So it was easy just to, you know, transition in there. But then Coach Cav, you know, stepped down and took the golden handshake and stepped down, and he was like, I'm going to submit your name for the head job. You want it? I'm like, yeah, you're going into, you know, it's going to keep me in Southeast. It's going to keep me helping kids. And I did that, man. First year at Morris, we was 28-4. 28-4. We had the #1 defense in the county. And, man, we fluked up and lost to Mount Carmel in the semis. Because we would have played Dago again in the finals. And they was coached by Coach Chill, another African-American coach. You know what I'm saying? And so I did Morris for another 3 years, 3 years. New administration came in. Dude named Todd Irving. I'm going to throw his name out there because he's funny. But he said I had too much power on campus. Right? He had to go. Yeah, he said he's just got too much power. And so, which is crazy because, again, guy works in Mysterious Rays. My buddy Marlon Wells is probably one of the best dominant winning girls coaches, boys coaches in the county. Marlon said, come on, man, come over here, help me at Bishops. Bishops. Like, Bishops? Like, Hoya Bishops? He's like, yeah, man, come on over. Hey, man, I ain't got no problems out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the kind of coach that, you know, I want to have talked about problems. But the thing about Bishop, what I learned with Marlon, is one, Marlon's a heck of an X and O guy. But what I did learn is that those kids do have problems. It's just
different problems.
Yeah, right? And coaching girls. So, you know, I had to go from yelling at boys to, you know, pleading, hey, excuse me, yes, please, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
I've done that before, bro. I coached, I don't know much about volleyball, but I was coaching basketball. They was like, hey, coach the middle school volleyball team. So I did. And I'm like, girls goofing. I'm like, come on. And they looking at me like, it's a whole different. I'm like, I can't be out here yelling at these girls,
man. You gotta
it's
say
different.
Please and thank you and excuse me. And I said, but then again, some of the girls that know me, you know what I'm saying, was like, what's wrong with you? Like, oh, no, I didn't.
Right.
You okay?
You're not being yourself.
They was like Inga and Giselle. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we done heard you this past summer. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that 5 years with Marlon at Bishop was great, man. It was like, you know what I'm saying? And then I got that call. I was in Vegas and got a call and was like, Lincoln's job is open.
Nice.
You want it. You want to apply for it. So I was like, yeah, let me think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because Bishop, you know what I'm saying? The thing about Bishop is, you know, you didn't have to take nobody home after practice.
Yeah, I feel you.
You didn't have to take nobody home after practice. You was able to go to practice and go home. You know what I'm saying? After games, you know what I'm saying? But it was good,
Right,
bro.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? The pay was great. You know? City schools, you know what I'm saying? But again, it was, I tell everybody my dad has always been my agent. I call my dad, and he's like, guys telling you it's time to move. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go back. You know what I'm saying? And he said, but it's your choice. He said, but impact. What impact? You know what I'm saying? They calling you for a reason.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they're calling you to come down in a win-win. I think they call you to come down here to help. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a day conversation, and then boom, I made a decision to come back to Lincoln, and been there coaching ever since. Like going on an 8 year now. Yeah. So
Nice.
I was already I was assistant coach there when Norman and all them was there. So Norman and Kevin, I was, you know what I'm saying? I was Vic, all them guys. You know what I'm saying? So I watched him grow up, playing youth basketball, playing club basketball at the Y and all that. So it was good, to be back home and be back in Southeast and, and just trying to make that give back piece. Like that's always what my dad told me. He's like, you don't have to be remembered for a jump shot, or you don't have to remember how many games you won, but all you need is one kid to remember that you helped them. And if you do that, you're successful. I didn't get it as a kid. Like, you know how we are. We don't get stuff until we grown. You know what I'm saying? My dad kept saying that. I was like, what are you talking about? Give back. Like, my dad used to give back to everybody in the community. Like, kids. He used to coach all the kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he coaching us, he coaching somebody else. Right? I mean, my dad was, he used to critique us. Like, ninth grade game, and I had 26 before the three-point line. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the car shining. This man ain't said a word. I'm like, you see that? He said, yeah, but you see the kid ahead of you? You missed the kid 3 times that you should have gave the ball to. I said, Dad, he can't play. He said, well, he's on the court for a reason. Give him the ball.
Right.
Bro, I just hit 26, so you're not hearing me? You know what I'm saying? But that's how my dad was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was never excited. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he said, I ain't never going to talk to your high school coach unless he put hands on you. If he's telling you something then and yelling at you, I mean, you must not be doing it. That's like me telling you something at home and you don't do it. But I grew up in the.
That is lost, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm only 31. My dad was the same way, and that is lost. I coached at Orange Glen High School. I think my last year there was 2009, I think. And we had, not for the most part, our kids were like that. But our kids, it was different, though. Like, they had a relationship dating back to, like, middle school with the coach. It was a different level of respect to where their parents already trusted the coach. But to get back to my original point, it used to be like that. It used to be, like, even playing, because I played at MLK Rec, and it was the same way. Like, all of us, all our parents was like, if you came crying to your parents, they was like, my nigga, if you're not on the court, then he probably got a better player to put on the court. Like, keep practicing and get yourself on the court. But these days, it's like, well, my son not playing. I think we could go ahead and transfer.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go ahead and do something else.
Or if you youth, I'm going to go ahead and start my own program.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of daddy basketball clubs out here right now.
That too. So
know.
you do your increase the pieces. Is it a whole weekend or you do just a day? I've only been out one time.
Yeah, it's just a day. You know what I'm saying? Before this COVID hit, this year was going to be a 3-day weekend.
Okay,
like,
that's why. Okay,
this year was going to be it because everybody, you know what I'm saying, was going to be some, some golf, some things on Saturday, some Friday, Saturday things, and then the big event on Sunday. But the increase the piece, you know what I'm saying? I just started that because it was amazing. And I started that with Norman and them in high school. They were still in high school. You know what I'm saying?
What is it exactly? Increase the piece is what?
It's a event where it brings all kids together from all over the county to hear guest speakers.
Nice.
The basketball is just the tool to get you there. The games don't matter. The games are played after the guest speakers. Like, if you don't go to the guest speakers, you can't play in the game.
And you know what's funny? When I first heard about it, I was still living in Escondido. I wasn't a cameraman yet. I was still living in Escondido and just coaching. I just wanted to be a part of just some hoop. And I had already known Aaron, full-time hoops. Yeah. And I seen him post it on his, I think he posted it on either Twitter or Instagram. And I was like, hey, yo, what time are the games? And you and I had never met. And I'm sure you didn't even know who I was. It was just a screen name. And I remember you replied and was like, come and see the guest speakers. It's not about the basketball. And I remember reading that comment and looking at it like, and I remember showed it to my brother. He was like, well, you should still go. And I was like, no, you're right. Because at the time, my mindset is different. I'm like, I'm coaching. I'm trying to see some talent. I'm trying to be around hoop. My brother was like, nah, bro. Like, he told you that for a reason. They're structuring it a certain way. You should still go, which is dope. So you said you're still doing it?
Yeah. It's the guest speakers is the major part. Because the guest speakers, we didn't have everybody from former game members to business people, to mental health people, to pro people. Norman's a part of it every year. My nephew Malcolm, Those two was the face of it. You know what I'm saying? We done had Dominique McGuire. We started at Jackie Robinson outside. It was played outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For all you prima donna kids that don't like, you know what I'm saying? It was played outside on concrete. You know what I'm saying? If you fall, you won't get hurt. That's what makes you tough.
Right.
That's how my daddy told me. Get up, you know what I'm saying?
Rub some dirt
that's where the ball players come from. The ball players don't come from the in-gym, air conditioned, turn it up, turn it down. Like so. It was done outside of Jackie Robinson, man. It was great, man. We didn't have great sponsors over the years, but the guest speakers is like, it brings kids to the point where you get to understand, like some people, because I tell people all the time, there's gang problems in Oceanside and Escondido. I've been up there.
Yep.
I've had kids on caseloads from up there.
I've lived up there. It's for sure up there too.
So why people tell me, oh no, yeah. Because I say the word East Dago or Southeast. Escondido and Oside got some things going on up there.
They
you know what I'm saying?
do.
So you put them together and everybody come together and they find out that at the end, hey man, we are the same. We have different problems, baby, you know what I'm saying? But let's try to find how to help everybody, you know what I'm saying? And every kid that come to the event signs a bullying pledge. It's an anti-bullying pledge. And the pledge is to stand up on your campus. You know what I'm saying? If you see somebody getting bullied, stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Who's going to stand up the most? The athletes. You know what I'm saying? If an athlete walk past somebody bullying somebody, he goes, hey, man, cut that shit out. Excuse my friend. Cut it out.
You good.
Cut it out, bro. Oh, okay, that's Tyree Robinson. That's Tyrell Robinson. That's Norman Powell. You know what I'm saying? These are high school kids, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that ain't cool, bro. Like, that shit ain't cool.
Right.
The athletes, again, you're talking to the head of the food chain on the campus. So if they can do it, and then it trickles down. And I remember Tyree was doing it. They was doing it at Lincoln, you know what I'm saying? And kids started taking it to their schools and doing it. And even, you know what I'm saying, even, some, and again, some coaches think something like that is not big because there's no cameras, there's no shoe deals, it's not a tournament. And sometimes it was the same weekend as Labor Day. So everybody going to Labor Day tournaments, you know what I'm saying? Going to try to win a trophy. But then I get calls like, oh, my son getting bullied, or this is going on. Could you come and talk to some kid? Wait a minute. You could have came to the increase in pitch for a whole one day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That day is more important and more worth than your gold trophy that you put around your neck or the medal that is cheap.
Absolutely.
And you know what I'm saying? Or you get your 3 games in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's done right before school starts, so everybody's fresh in everybody's mind. Hey, I'm going back. I signed the bullying pledge. You know what I'm saying? I signed the Ball Sober 365 pledge. It talks about tobacco and alcohol, being an athlete, you know what I'm saying? Not smoking, not drinking, you know what I'm saying? They signed that pledge. We got we give out the Norman Powell Award, you know what I'm saying? And then we give out the Markel Bird Inspiration Award. Markel Bird was one of my former players that played at Horizon, played football and basketball and died coming home from college from New Mexico. So, and we honor kids who Norman's award is about Understanding the Grind Award.
I was just about to ask, okay.
Yeah, so his award is Understand the Grind Award. It's given out to 10 students, athletes, no matter what sport you play. If you grinding in the classroom, on your sport, and in your community, right? And we have kids submit resumes, bios and what they doing, you know what I'm saying? And the committee picks. People think I pick. I don't pick. You know what I'm saying? If I pick, everybody's Southeast. You know what I'm saying? But it's a board that picks, and they read it. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I like it. You know
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, so it's not. It gives the community, every community, a chance. And the biggest thing is it gives people a chance. The reason I did it in Southeast, because every year somebody calls me, tell me to take it somewhere else, right? Is because I want people to see my community. That Southeast ain't East Dago. It's not bad,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's so much hype on TV and perception about how bad it is because, and it's half the stuff that happens that has no bearing on Lincoln or Morris, right? There's a shooting around the corner, and they say, "Oh," they show you the picture of Lincoln High School.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
There's a shooting at Paradise Hills, and they show you Morris. So now, what's the perception? I'm not sending my kid to those schools.
That a kid from there did it or something. Yeah,
I'm not sending my kid. That has nothing. That has nothing to do with the schools. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to see the community, our community, Southeast.
That's dope, man. That's dope, and I got to make sure, like I said, that was why I got the confusion about it being a weekend. I definitely planned on being out there this weekend, but whenever it gets back going, if everything's get back to normal or as normal as they can be, whenever you get it back going, I'm for sure going to be out there. Sure going to be out there.
You're always welcome.
Is there anything else, like while I got you here, anything else you wanted to talk about, anything else you wanted to promote, anything else you want to let athletes know about?
San Diego Guardians.
Nice. Let's get into it.
Man, they TBL. Tough league. You know what I'm saying? Great program, great organization.
And you're the GM and also what else?
The VP of basketball operations.
And so what does that mean? What do you do?
Same thing I do for the GM. No, it's just pretty much. Hey, it's like, hey man, it's the same thing. It sound good though, don't it? Sound good, man. So you them copy media, they be like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? But nah, it's man, just trying to put a team together. You know what I'm saying? Of coaches, people to help the organization, sponsors. You know what I'm saying? But just making sure it's run smoothly. It is a business. You know what I'm saying? It's an expensive business to get in it, so it has to be. You know what I'm saying? It has to be ran as a high profile business. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, the next combine is October 10th. We had the first one. We signed 4 gentlemen to mini camp contracts. I mean, the league TBL itself is. I mean, you really got to go through the handbook, bro. You really got to take a day to go through it and highlight. You know what I'm saying? Because there's fines. There's fines of things that you do not do.
I like that.
And so go ahead and not show up for a game if you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cancel on the team a day before and see what happens. It's I'm gonna tell you, it's a heavy price tag on that fine. It goes from fines from all the way. You got, if you plan a home game, your statistician has an hour to get all the stats loaded up into their main system, or you get fined for that. When you're on the road, it's 2 hours, bro. It's, you know what I'm saying? So
I like that.
It's whole
official.
You got to hold teams accountable. So you know what I'm saying. So it's interesting. You know, we still looking for players. We haven't signed nobody. League don't start till March. We don't know. You know what I'm saying. We still in the COVID, so we don't really know what's gonna go on with. You know what I'm saying. But
and so the guys that got invited to training camp, they don't have a guaranteed spot on the team. It's just training camp.
Just training camp.
Got you.
Training camp contract.
I had that. Okay.
But everybody has to be under a contract. You just can't say, oh, you know what I'm saying, that they ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, come on here. You know what I'm saying? Our contracts went out like today or yesterday. So, you know, everything is contractable. Like, you just can't, and their thing is I understand it, you know, the owners, the Magleys, they're great people. You just can't waste people's time. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You say, oh, just come here. You made the combine. How professional is that?
Right.
It loses power. Right? It's like, okay, I'll show up if I want. You know what I'm saying? But if I put a contract, it's a 3-page contract. Minicamp's a 3-page minicamp contract.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? With guidelines and breakdowns. It shows you meals. We take care of the meals. You know what I'm saying? So, like they said, it keeps the organization accountable and it keeps the player accountable. Nice.
I'm definitely go be in as many games as possible and definitely go try to be a part of the organization if I can be. I've been telling everybody, man, most of the things I do, I want to be creative for number one, but then also I like being a part of just new and exciting things, man. That's why I was there with the Kings. We'll be there with the Guardians, the Tropics,
you did a good job, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
You did a very good job with the Kings, man. And, you know, shout out to Abe and the Kings because, you know, good organization. You know, you always get into that beef type. Like, man, it's not really a beef. It's not really... You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be competition, but
competition is good, right?
Right.
Competition is good.
Competition is good, but it doesn't have to be beef.
It don't have to be beef.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lakers don't like the Clippers, but you know what I'm saying? Their GMs and sat down and ate dinner together and went to the movies and all kinds in the bubble right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think he, I ain't gonna say I think, I know he did a great job with the advertising marketing the first year. I mean, the first year, man, we did it. You know what I'm saying? We did it. We finished, 4 in the country and got to the Elite 8, which is hard to do in that league. But you know, when Bishop asked me to come over, I told him, man, we have if I come over, we have to grow, right? You know what I'm saying? We gotta grow as an organization. We gotta grow as a league. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta make sure that it's getting better for San Diego. You know what I'm saying? But the main key is that we still community-based, and it's all communities. It's just not the communities that can help us. It's all communities. You know what I'm saying? Even the communities that don't have a dime, don't have no sponsorship. They still got schools. They still got kids. You know what I'm saying? Kids still look up to athletes. There's no pro team here. You know what I'm saying? So, we had to grow. And growing for me, and this is me personally, was getting out of that one league and getting into the TBL. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know what I'm saying? Because... It was personal to me because I love the game so much. You know what I'm saying? To see a league that was attached to before the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And because, they always show you Dr. J, Gervin, those guys. They say, oh, ABA, you know what I'm saying? It's 2020. Those guys ain't putting, them dudes ain't said, hey, and you go back to their interviews. They gave credit to early, you know what I'm saying? the Indianapolis team. And, But you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like you have to, if you have a brand like they had, you have to put effort. And I didn't feel, and this is me, I didn't feel that league was putting effort. I felt the West Coast, the far West.
The individual teams.
Yeah, they
but not
working
the
their
league.
butts off. What they did in the far West out here, the Guardians, the Kings, Orange County, the far West division. That's you know what I'm saying. That's real. I like that. That they was, but you still under the umbrella.
Right.
Right.
I hear you.
There's no way you should be struggling to go to the national tournament. Right. You know.
Right.
If you the league, you know what I'm saying. League gonna take care of it, right?
I hear you.
Right? But again, it's that league. You didn't have the finance, you know what I'm saying? But there's things you could have done. And I say this because I know somebody personally who broke it down to me. There's a reason they're not with them no more.
Gotcha.
Right? And they've been loyal. But sometimes it's time for change. And they wanted to change it from the head down. They wanted to go one way and, you know what I'm saying, find ways to get money. There's sponsors that wanted to attach themselves to that. But it's not ran.
Yeah.
Teams folding every year and not completing, and you know what I'm saying? So for me, it was just like, I have to grow. I want to grow and see in different leagues. And when I came in, I was looking for different leagues, actually. You know what I'm saying? Ones that I know that we will never have to start paying athletes. You know what I'm saying? Because now you got to hold them accountable. Because everybody be hearing my jokes like they said, Coach Jeff said he's not paying no player $15. There's no player $1,500. And that's a going joke, man.
He came in here and said it. I was like, dang, Jeff going hard.
That's a joke, man. I mean, there's some people, but I said it in a conversation to a person, and that person, I shouldn't have said it, because I think that person actually recorded it or something, because next thing I know, he was like, Coach Jeff, you really ain't trying to win. I was like, what are you talking about? He said, you're not, there's nobody you know that's worth $1,500. I said, look. The point was,
right.
to get that type of money that I got to sign off on, there comes a whole package with it. And the big package is character. The big package is being in the community. Like, that type of money, it ain't just about playing basketball no more.
Now, yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
It's about, hey, getting to practice. It's about when somebody tell you got to go to a go speak at an event, you there. There's no discussion. So that's where that came around from. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a package. And the big part, I said, is character. You might, you know what I'm saying? Your social media.
That makes it make a lot more sense.
Right,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Because everybody think like,
so
people
Jeff
like,
think nobody can hoop. Like, now it makes more sense.
So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I want to clarify that, man. It's like, when the negotiation comes, you know what I'm saying? That's part of the package. Now, you know what I'm saying? It's like, because you have to put a product on the floor that the community and the fans going to buy into. You know what I'm saying? Do I want some local names? Yes. That's a draw. Right? But if some local people think they too good for that, I'm going to put 12 players that want to play.
Definitely been seeing some of that.
Support, I'm not going to.
Yeah, we ain't had to say no names. We've definitely been seeing some
I'm
of
just
that.
saying, like, I'm saying it today on your show. Hey, we want San Diego talent.
Right.
But I'm not, hey, bro, I'm not begging.
Right.
I don't beg. Man, I'm not.
I heard that.
Only place I'm going to beg and hope to get to heaven.
I heard that.
That's about it.
I heard that. Well, man, I appreciate you joining me, man. Like I said, we connected, I think, like 2 weeks ago, and it didn't work out, but we got you here now, and it feels like the right time. So, my man, Coach Jeff, I appreciate you coming through, man. It means a lot to me, man, for real.
I appreciate you, man, and y'all keep doing what y'all do, man, on the real. You stay your grind, man. You stay your focus and just your platform, and anybody you can help, you know what I'm saying, you keep doing it. Don't let nobody knock you out. Don't let nobody knock you down. You keep growing. You know what I'm saying? And you grab whatever business you can grab and be a part of it, because you have a heck of a brand. You're a heck of a photographer, but you're a great person.
Thank you,
know what I'm saying? And I always want to tell you that, we run into each other, man, but you stay your grind. You stay your path, man. And like my dad, you always told me, man, keep learning. You know what I'm saying? Just keep learning. At the end of the day, ask yourself what you learn. Good or bad, what you learn.
Absolutely. Thank you again, man.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you.
For sure.
I appreciate you. It's been another episode of On the Mic with Michael Flix. We appreciate y'all for tuning in next week.